Hello and welcome to Jambar Magazine. I'm Rocco Latrena. Let's get into some stories. In the case of Good Neighbor extending helping hands, Youngstown State University was recently asked to help alleviate heating issues downtown. Jambar reporter Nicarlisle Hanchard has more.
Through a piping system left by Youngstown Thermal a few years back, YSU was called to assist in restoring steam power to downtown Youngstown. On September 30th, several buildings in downtown Youngstown lost heating services. This came after Wabash Power Equipment Company removed their mobile boiler from the property of Sobey Thermal. John Hayden, Associate Vice President of Facilities and Support Services, said city officials reached out to YSU prior to Sobey shutting down in anticipation of a worst-case scenario. He said the plan to backfeed steam into Sobey's pipes wasn't the initial plan, but the one agreed on.
Well, I think that was the first plan for some folks. That seemed to be an easy solution for the city and for PUCO. However, the first option in our mind was to just replace the boiler that was being removed from Sobey's property with a like boiler.
Hayden said YSU doesn't intend to supply steam to the district system, but will do what it can to help.
In the event of the emergency that was going on, as a good neighbor and good business partners with the city of Youngstown, we were going to do what we could to try to help out. Unfortunately, we were unable to accomplish that.
For the Jambar, I am Nicarlisle Hanchard. Thank you.
Youngstown State University has updated regulations surrounding hazing, requiring all campus employees to report accusations. Here's Alex Sorrells with more information.
The updated language better defines who is required to report a hazing accusation, expanding to all university employees and volunteers. This change came in time for Hazing Prevention Week, the last week of September. All hazing accusations are directed towards the YSU Police Department, along with student conduct, to determine the severity of the accusation and the best course of action.
Who needs to do the reporting? And so we made it all university employees. And so instead of it outlining coaches, volunteers, and being very specific, is if you work or you volunteer for the university, you are responsible for reporting.
Last academic year, the police department received 2 accusations, but Varso explains that an increase in education and awareness can lead to more people seeing the signs of hazing and reporting.
In the mind of the individual is going to be a harm to them or could potentially injure them, either physically or psychologically. If any of it entails taking any type of drugs, any type of alcohol, those are the major warning signs.
Anti-hazing efforts have been a campus-wide initiative. Online training has been implemented for student organizations and all university employees. This expansion was put in place to meet the requirements of Collins Law.
YSU has a zero tolerance for hazing, and we have had that. We have been involved with the Hazing Prevention Network and organizing anti-hazing events for years, primarily with our fraternity and sorority life and our student leaderships.
Pocabla Byers said anyone interested in becoming involved in anti-hazing initiatives can get in contact with her through email or by visiting her office. I'm Alex Sorrells reporting for the Jambar.
Advanced technology and a canine named Barkley have boosted Youngstown State University campus safety. YSU Chief of Police Sean Varso and Officer Hope Stoner talked about how YSU keeps students safe.
Safety measures such as the Penguin Safe app have proved to be effective. Varso said the app tracks the students' movements after they activated the alert.
If the student pushes the button on the Penguin Safe app, their location comes in immediately on a map in our dispatch center, and it's indicating that that student is in trouble so that we can send officers right to where that student is.
YSU had evaluated the cost of updating its older emergency phone system and found Penguin Safe to be a better alternative. Varso said the lighting surrounding the parking lots have been a common complaint from students. Parking Services has upgraded the lighting with LED bulbs.
We've improved the lighting with making them LED lights in the parking lots and that, which makes it a little bit more brighter and makes the area, a little bit more well lit.
Canine Barkley has also proved to be a valuable asset in YSU safety. Barkley is trained in explosives and firearm detection. Officer Hope Stoner said Barkley has become a very popular figure on campus, and they have been engaging with the community.
He's been great. We've been going over the building prior to game days, so he knows the layout when we do our sweeps, and everything's been going great. We've also been engaging with the community in the tailgates after we're doing our protective sweeps and things like that to show people that we are here, and then we do have a K-9 and these great resources to keep our campus safe.
Other safety measures, such as cameras and regular active shooter training for YSU's faculty, have also aided in keeping the campus safe. The YSU Police Department is in the process of hiring additional officers to further improve security in the future. Varso and Stoner both have hope for the future of campus security.
At Youngstown State University, forensic science students are learning that solving a case takes careful analysis and a lot more than what's seen on screen. Flashing lights, quick lab results, and dramatic confessions make for good TV, but forensic science students at Youngstown State University are discovering that the real work happens over long hours. YSU prepares students for real-life situations. Crime scene investigator Eric Laprosina said the mock crime condo lets students here apply what they've learned in lectures and labs.
The condo allows us to create these mock scenarios that, they're based off of, real life incidents, and it challenges the students in such a way that they can actually be able to apply what they're learning in the lecture program and in the lab program.
Despite what you see on TV, Laprosina says forensic science can't solve everything.
It's a tool, right? And we keep having to modify our toolbox to understand what's out there.
He adds that many YSU graduates go on to work for local, state, federal agencies like the FBI. When we come back, more stories.
You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Why go to a school in the Mahoning Valley of northeastern Ohio? Surprisingly beautiful as that may be. Why live on a campus that sits on the edge of the Rust Belt? Historic and inspiring as that may be. In short, why choose Youngstown State? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the future, we take a back seat to nobody because you can afford us. And we will afford you the opportunity to build the future you want and the life you desire. Why Youngstown State? Because we care about you, your success, and our future. Together. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
Welcome back. Let's get into some more stories. Oak Hill Collaborative, a Youngstown-based nonprofit, celebrated the 9th annual Digital Inclusion Week from October 6th to the 11th. National Digital Inclusion Week is dedicated to spreading awareness and recognition to the efforts made within the community to bridge the gap in America's digital divide. OHC hosted various free classes about the internet, various computers, and their uses both at its main branch in Youngstown as well as in other private locations in Mahoning, Trumbull, and Ashtabula counties. Patrick Kerrigan, Executive Director, feels that knowledge on computers is essential in today's society.
It's obviously a critical thing. People cannot survive without having some internet access. They have to be able to get on to shop, to buy, to sign up for benefits, to apply for jobs, to do telehealth, to be educated, to have their kids educated. And I can go on.
For more information about their classes, contact OHC at 330-406-0713 or look at their website at www.oakhillcollaborative.org. From local gigs to big dreams, one band is turning their creative vision into something special, and they're just getting started. Chicago-based band DZ Riley's new EP titled Olympia is currently in the works. It is planned to be released mid-November. This 5-piece band is made up of Kiefer Schoon, Noah Savoy, Gracie Lubisky, Hugh Maxey, and Jacob Morris. Their debut album, Entropy Rock, was created by Schoon with some help from Savoy. Their second album, Peak Panache, brought the three other members to the group. The music in this album focuses on conceptuality and storytelling. They feature many different genres.
I say it's come down more to like musicality than the music itself, because as you heard on that album, we got like mariachi and bluegrass and funk and everything. And it's like, but the whole thing that mattered was for them all to be together for the celebration of music for the concept.
DZ Riley's music can be found on Spotify and Apple Music. Halloween is coming early here at YSU. Pete the Penguin is calling on athletes, students, and their families to join him in costume for the 3rd annual Trick or Pete at Penguin Madness on October 21st for free at Zidon Family Arena.
We'll not only be signing autographs, we'll also have them do some dunk contests for the men. We'll have some judges there as well. We'll also have men's and women's basketball players together, competing together for a 3-point contest during this event.
The event begins at 6 p.m. with free parking available at the Youngstown Tile Retail Design Center and M81 lot. 2 students in attendance will be randomly picked to attempt a half-court shot for their chance at a $500 prize. The event will also have plenty of free giveaways and candy. More information is available at ysusports.com. Well, that's all the time we have for Jambar Magazine this week. Till then, I'm Rocco Latrena. Good night.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.